Whoa, what do we offer the world? I am so excited to have three guests with me here today to go over what they offer the world. And stay tuned because we have a big coaching Forge Summit coming in October, and we have many other experts that will be joining us. But let's dive in, and I would love to start with Min. And Min, how do you pronounce your last name, dear?
Dannerstedt.
All right.
Dannerstedt.
All right. So Min Dannerstedt has started with energy self-healing workshops, you guys, in Europe, and was invited to work in several countries, which allowed her to gain valuable experiences in coaching and mentoring. She received a certification of Doctor of Physiology from the Open International University for Complementary Medicines in 1998 and has over 30 years of experience in energy self-healing to create mindset, body, spirit, and balance. So, you guys, you're in for a treat. She is a certified HADO instructor, healing and discovering ourselves, working with Dr. Masro Imto, whose researchers have revealed through photographers of water crystal how thoughts and words interact with our vibrational, subtle energies and physical balance. She is a coach and a trainer in communicative relationships. I welcome you, Min. You have so many gifts and so many years of experience. I want to thank you for being with us here today. And let's start out with sharing with our audience a little bit about yourself and who is Min.
Thank you, Crystal, and hi to everybody. Yes, Ming is teaching self-heal, helping, empowering people how to ignite their self-heal potential for mental clarity and creating balance for mind, body, and spirit. Ming have studied many years and implement self-healing and study about energy. So I have implemented and I have experience in teaching and coaching in this field. And I love to do this. And my past have put me in only teaching and tutoring. So this is the thing that I love to do the most. And I'm very happy to do what I'm doing. And there's a reason for
Yes.
that.
Yeah, and you're an expert. So you have the ability to take people from where to where, man. Explain a little bit about your ability and what you do. And thank you. I want to give a huge shout out to April Redbird for joining us. And we have Deborah Hanson. Thanks for
Hi.
joining us, ladies. And share and
Hi.
ask questions. If you have any questions out there, please ask us as we go. So Min, share a little bit about the ability of what you have to do, where you take somebody, your clients, and then where, what you do,
Yes.
what you do with them.
Yes, I have the ability to take anybody who have the desire to learn how to self-heal, to use our energy potential so that we can align with our own energy, connecting with the energy from the universe and ignite our potential so that we can do self-heal for ourselves anytime, anywhere. And we don't need anything, whatever we need.
Okay, someone needs to mute here. I can't figure out who it is. Awesome. So can you share a little bit, Min, some 3 tips that you have for our audience that you take them on this journey with?
Oh, yes. My system has 3 steps, simple. And through these 3 steps, I can empower them to develop step by step their ability or their self-heal potential. First of all, we learn to communicate. We learn to communicate with ourselves, with our environment, with ourselves, with our body, and even with the space, with the energy all around us. Everything is connected around us. So we learn how to listen to us, discover ourselves, feeling our energy and our voice. Why? Because in doing so, you are igniting the connection with the universe and the cosmos, which can give you all the potential that all of us we have in us.
Oh, I
Second
love that.
step will be clarify. Clarified here is clarified your way of thinking, our thought and our mind. We all think, but sometimes it's confused, sometimes it's too much. So walking with the cosmic energy will give us more light, going through our heart, going through our brain, uplifting us, elevate us so that everything is clear. When we have clarity in mind, we will take decision completely different. And it's very important for our health, mental health and physical health. So after these two steps, you go to the next step. You are ready. You have ignited your potential. You practice your clear mind. Then you are ready to create your outcome. You can create the life you want to design. You can create all the outcomes. You can create everything that happened in your life. It can be family, relationships, work, business, project, children, what you wanted to contribute to the world, what you have to give out. Everything that comes from us will come from our energy. So we learn these techniques to ignite our potential, to keep the balance of our mind, body, and spirit balance. When we are in balance, we can do a lot of things because we are completely aligned with the cosmos. These are the 3 steps that I will share with the techniques and hold the hands of whoever who wanted to ignite their potential.
Yeah, and you've had a lot of great, oh my gosh, your techniques. I love the clarity part to create and manifest what we want. And I know I've worked with you on some breathing techniques that really help me to get clear and have calmness before I present it in front of a live audience. So Min has a way, and I would love for you to share some examples, Min, of maybe a few examples of people that you've helped, taking them through your techniques that you have taken them through.
Yes. Female, 31 years old. She was always a little bit confused and not very happy in her life. And after learning the techniques, she found herself, she found her energy, and everything was clear in her mind. Her family is different. She has completely a different relationships with the family, and now she's a very happy mom. Not only is she inspired with her child, she can self-heal and she heal her family, and she continue to learn more so that she can keep everything clear and create the outcome of her life. Another example, Bill is the husband of my friend. One day when he went to the doctor to check, he found out that he has some growth in the lung. And he needs to come back for MRI. And right away, he came and studied with me so that he can do self-healing by himself. And he did that. And it was 6 or 10 days before he came back to the doctor. So when the doctor checked, he was very surprised because there is no trace of everything. He was healthy until today. And of course, he has studied, and he's not forgetting to do self-heal for him every day. So these are some examples. And of course, there are now many different ways in life. It can be migraine, it can be sleepless. We can always find our balance back. Techniques are simple. The cosmos is accessible to everybody. And that's why I love what I'm doing, because everybody can learn that.
Oh, I love this. I love this, you guys. And stay tuned. She is going to be bringing so much more at the summit. She's just one of our speakers. And Min has a gift. And I thank you for sharing. And I can't wait to work with you myself as well. A lot of us are going to be working with you, Min. Thank you for sharing. So I'm going to move on.
Thank you, Crystal.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would love I'm going to interview now Eric. Let's go move on to Eric Wheeler. Hello, Eric. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Awesome. Well, let me introduce Eric. Eric is an author. He's a technologist, a serial entrepreneur, and international speaker. And having overcome alcoholism, addiction, and every form of abuse growing up as a kid, Eric has dedicated his life to helping others harness their minds to break through limiting beliefs around addictions, technology, and public speaking. Eric has a gift for making complex technical or mental processes simple, whether it's the basics of broadcasting, presentations, websites, memberships, email marketing, or copywriting. Mr. Wheeler is about to empower you to break through your self imposed limitations, allowing you to be able to monetize online. Yes, online in 24 hours or less. How many of you out there need that? I know I do. So, Eric, I would love for you to share with our audience a little bit about yourself. Who is Eric Wheeler?
Man, with the introduction like that, I just can't wait to hear what I have to say. No, actually, I've learned in the past 22 years of recovery that a lot of the limitations people have around technology and stuff like that basically stem from a perception that I'm no good at tech. You know, this thing should work this way, and it never works for me that way. You know, and a lot of times it's just getting down to the root cause of the misperception. You know, and I love the technology as it allows us to not only create places where we can have our story online, potentially, you know, visible to billions of people. I mean, that in itself is just completely mind blowing. But it allows you to connect through the transparency of your story, which really allows people to know that you're just a human being that has been on this earth for however long, and that you have something to give. And, you know, being able to convey your message with the medium that we have with different social media platforms is something that, you know, kings didn't have. You know, not even 100 years ago, they had no penetration, and now, you know, with platforms like TikTok and Facebook and Instagram, you can really get out there and affect many lives in a positive way. So that's kind of what I'm all about.
I know you are. You have amazing ability, and share a little bit about your ability, you know, where you take people from and to. And I would love to hear a little bit more about that, about your ability, because with your experience in the growing up, I mean, you've, wow, I mean, you've helped me in tremendous ways with that as well, especially speaking our story and getting it in the book and being comfortable in that regard as well. So share a little bit about your ability and your strengths.
Man, you know, I'd like to say that it was something that I had, that I was, you know, a noble cause. But in my recovery journey, not only did I write poetry, which helped me to get down to all of the things that I experienced growing up, but I also went and shared my story in jails, prisons, treatment facilities, college classrooms, high schools, you name it, anywhere where they, you know, wanted to have someone who had recovered come and speak. And it was through that process that when I revealed things that were not necessarily things that I, you know, was raising both hands to, you know, admit, but I found that not only did it free me, but it allowed other people. I guess the easiest way to describe it is it created a space for people to be able to look at the experiences they had and move beyond the limitations that those had that had caused in their life. So really, you know, it's about understanding that your story matters, and that there could literally be someone dying to hear what you have to say. I mean, it could be your story that keeps somebody here on this planet in the physical world another day or another decade, or with the ability to have kids and all of that stuff. So we really do have a moral and ethical obligation to let people know who we are.
Yeah.
So
and that's what I love about you, Eric. And that's one of my missions and why I've been put on this planet. Just the same, coming from domestic violence and my childhood. And it just speaks to me in so many volumes. And thank you, April, for joining us. I have to give a huge shout out to April and Jama. Thank you for being here, joining us. And we have Deborah Hanson and a number of people watching us live. So ask any questions. If anyone wants to make a comment, question, dive in. And Eric, I would love for you to share maybe some free top tips that you have to share with our audience from your background.
Well, I mean, it's just like Jay was talking about, the empowering people in tech. I mean, when you really stop, and let me give you a little backstory on how this kind of came about. I've done a lot of different businesses online, and one of them was a mobile app that you could build a team, and you could take this mobile app and you could help local businesses reach their customers via messaging through the app, offered stuff. Anyway, one of the guys who joined my team was a test pilot for the Apollo mission. And he was up in years, because that was a long time ago, but he had retired and he got online and he worked as a digital and internet marketer. And anyway, I was trying to walk him through putting this app on his phone. And he was like, this darn phone. And I was like, you realize that the phone that you're almost cursing out is more powerful than the one that took the astronauts to the moon and back. It has more storage, Wow. And when you really wrap your mind around how quickly technology has allowed us to connect and to put up a website, in the example of Groove Pages, being able to build a website and then share it via one link, and all they have to do is click that link and the whole website imports into their account. So you can duplicate your business and your efforts so effectively. So when it comes down to getting your message ironed out, then there really is nothing left to do but add that transparency, and you have a recipe for transformation and for impact in the lives of others.
Love that. Love that, Eric. So can you share with our audience a few recent examples of maybe some clients that you've taken through this process?
Yeah, I mean, I've helped a few of you as well, but Kim Bassett with Coffee with Kim, she needed a couple of things to get her recurring payments for a program she's about to launch, and just walking her through, making a training as a case study, which I think really helps people get over the self-imposed limitations they have with technology. Like I'm not out to empower everyone to become a technical guru, and master all of this stuff.
Yeah.
But I do want people to have the basics so they can put together an offer and put together a page and be able to serve the audiences that they might otherwise not if they don't have that minimum skill set.
Yeah. And that's what I love about, and you have a membership site for the Coaching Forge, our group here that we're building out, you guys. So in Groove, everything's done in Groove. Eric has showed me, has mastered so many things back in a Groove, and he has a membership site. So stay tuned, and much to come in the Coaching Forge Summit when we have it, the end of October. All of these experts will be speaking at their expertise, and lots of value coming. So you want to register, click on the link that's in the scroll, but I will put the link in the comments below. when we end this live, you guys, to register. And Eric, I would love for you, and you and I want to go live. I would love to do a live demo soon on Groove, you and I, because you are so good. You've mastered Groove. We're going to hook up yes, we're not hooked up yet with our Groove email, but we will be soon, right?
Yeah.
We're going to do a training on that.
we can go live, and we can put your emails into your sequences.
Awesome. I would love to share that with my audience, because I know, you guys, for those of you that know me out there, tech is what holds back a lot of us, and it should not hold us back. And this is where Eric has a gift to take you from not knowing a thing and walk you through, and his patience is incredible in his membership site. So he's got masterful, he has training. So stay tuned. I can't wait for the Coaching Forge and our summit, Eric, so you can share more and teach more with the people that will join us. So let's move on to Dr. Sarah David. And Dr. Sarah, I'm so honored that finally get to interview you. I've been wanting to interview you for several months. So I'm so happy you're here with us, and been working with you on your book and a number of things. But let me introduce Dr. Sarah. She is a business, career, and marketing strategist. She is known as the LinkedIn makeover. She does LinkedIn makeovers and media influence, you guys. She is all about the power of connections and creating authority. And as you guys know, I'm all about the secrets to connections. I'm all over that. And it is about connections, right? And then, I want you guys to think about this. Do you know how experts struggle to gain visibility in order to be seen as influencers or have that authority by getting into the media and utilizing platforms such as LinkedIn to land high-end clients? Well, Dr. Sarah is your expert for this. Do you need to identify your personal brand essence to position your business or career for advancement, transition, or reinvention? You guys, clients hire her to help them with their business or career visibly and with her marketing strategies using the #1 professional network platform in the world, you guys, LinkedIn. So I'm so thrilled to have her. And I would love for you, Dr. Sarah, to share a little bit about yourself with our audience.
Well, Crystal, thank you so much. I wanted to say it's a pleasure to join you and Eric and Dr. Min as well. And I have learned so much from each of you. And again, I'm super excited about what we're going to be able to bring to everyone in your audience in our coaching summit. So, it's really interesting the way I got connected with LinkedIn. I'm by profession, I am a career counselor by profession, so I do executive coaching and consulting. And I, in my work, I use LinkedIn a lot to help people just, again, create a presence, a professional presence, and connect with other people. I'm all about people making connections and connecting people with each other. And I actually went through a personal experience where I was laid off for almost 2 years in my employment, but I got picked up by an outplacement agency, and they saw that I was already doing the work that they do, and they asked me to work with them and work with their clients. So I began teaching LinkedIn classes, and what I found is, while I was teaching the classes, I had people coming up to me afterwards asking me if they could just have me do it for them, then that would really be helpful. So that's how I got into doing the LinkedIn makeovers, and I already knew how to position people there. And so it just was a way for me to help empower others. So that's how I got started with it. It wasn't something I intended on doing, but it just happened to be something that some people needed help with, and I was able to provide them some information and some assistance.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I know you have the ability to take people basically, like I like to say, from unknown to known, right? And share a bit more about that, your ability and with your skills, because you've been doing this for how many years?
Since about 2008 or
Wow.
so. Hmm.
Yeah. So your ability for, like, say someone shows up and they're LinkedIn. I mean, what are your clients? What do they look like when they come, and what do you have the ability to do to take them from maybe their profile page and increase their visibility with your media influence and marketing skills?
Well, what I'll say, if there's anyone out there who's currently not generating anywhere between five to $150,000 in additional income utilizing this platform, then I can help them position their authority and influence on the platform, so that way other people can notice what they're doing. Many times people are the best kept secret and no one knows what it is they're doing. So just a way of communicating that, leveraging the tool to help share what it is you do with other people, whether that's um, your your ability to provide for an employer that you want to get a position as far as advance your career, or if you're a business owner and you would like to let potential clients know what it is you do.
Awesome. I love that. And can you share with our audience too, maybe 3 tips that you have for them about LinkedIn that you can share to help them in this short little interview? They're going to find out obviously a lot more at the Coaching Forge Summit. Registration, you guys, it's in the banner scrolling. I will put it in the comments below. We're going to have 8 speakers, all of us speaking on our expertise, and it's coming the end of October. So stay tuned for that. And obviously, I'm going to be interviewing more, and they're going to be interviewing all over our social media platforms. So I'm so excited for this and this group. We have an amazing mastermind group here and amazing people bringing their expertise to the world. So, Dr. Sarah, share a little bit about your 3 tips. I would love to hear maybe 3 tips you have for our audience today.
Sure, thank you. You know, I own a professional development and coaching practice, and I love teaching LinkedIn. So here are the top 3 tips that I would say. And I teach what I call the ACT method, ACT. So the A stands for attract. So the first thing we have to do is attract the proper prospect, whether that's a prospect again for employment or a prospect for position or opportunity. And you do that by just reaching out to a few connections per day that you want to connect with, find out a little bit more about them, creating a relationship with a person. So that's the first thing you want to do. The second thing is C, or stands for convert. And so you convert people by letting them know what it is you do. You have to let them know. And the best way to do that is let them know how you've helped someone else. So you might share with them how you've helped someone in your area of specialization. So that's a really good way to help people to find out what it is you're doing. And then the final word is T, for transform. So how do you transform people? Well, you transform them by allowing them to have access to something that you offer. If it's a checklist, if it's a chapter in your book, if it's something that you can provide them. If you're doing job search, it could be a 90-day plan that you would start out with your career. It could also, the best thing would be, I would say, is to give them a calendar link so that they can actually get on a call with you. That's the best way. So those are the 3 things that I would say would be of benefit as far as teaching tips, and I can provide more during our summit.
I love that. And you know what? Okay, do you guys have your books handy? My experts here, hold up your books, you guys. This is where we can take our books and monetize online. Dr. Sarah, I am so excited to be working with you and have you part of this group as well. And I would love for you to share with our audience, last but not least, maybe a few examples of some of your clients' success would be wonderful.
Yes, absolutely. I have, let's say, we have a 62-year-old male with just 1 tip I shared with him on what to do on LinkedIn, generated him 2 clients, and each of his clients were worth $25,000. So he basically ended up with $50,000 in additional income just from implementing some of my business strategies, or just one of them that I shared with him. I have another client that is in the healthcare profession, optometrist, and she wanted to just position herself as the only logical choice in the area. So she has a brick and mortar. So we created a profile for her that helps drive traffic to her brick and mortar. So those are two examples of some success that I've had with several of my clients.
Wow. And I look forward to hearing your even more tips and the more we work together. And I want to thank all of you and everyone. Olivia, thank you for joining us out there. And thank you, Jama, April, Deb Hansen. I mean, many of you. Hopefully I didn't miss anyone. Did I miss anyone, guys? April and Olivia joining us. You guys, stay tuned. These are experts, you guys. We all have a gift. And what is your message? You get ready to discover, develop, deliver your message with the world with these experts across. I love going live. As you know, I would love to interview. I'm going to interview these experts even more. We'll dive in even deeper, maybe on the next one with these three guests. But I can't wait to bring you the Coaching Forge. So make sure you register. Click on the link. It'll be October. What did we decide, Eric? Was it that Tuesday, October? I believe it's October 26th, the Tuesday. It'll be in the evening, and you'll be hearing from each one of us at least 15 minutes, sharing tips and techniques. You guys, it'll be a couple hours, but I'm so excited for this summit. So to bring you these experts. So don't be left behind. In closing thoughts, does anyone want to wrap up and have a comment before we close this out tonight? Min, do you have a closing comment?
Yes, thank you, Crystal, and thank Dr. David, Sarah, David, and Eric. It was great, and I am excited and thrilled to get prepared for this summit of so many speakers that I'm going to learn a lot from. And we are going to prepare, and we will be delivering very interesting gift to share to all the audience. So click on the link and register, and we will keep you updated.
Yes, absolutely. And we're all about connecting, conveying. What is our three words, Eric? It's connect, convey.
Create, connect, convey.
Create, connect, convey.
Convey.
Love that. I got to get those three words down.
Do my background.
Yeah. So Eric, what do you have any closing thoughts for our audience here?
I do. The only reason that I walk around is because I didn't give up when I was crawling as a kid. I kept at it until, I learned how to walk, and I fell down a lot. And my mother confirmed this. And it's the same thing with technology. It's not necessarily intuitive, but it does follow, for the most part, a structured approach to how you interface with it. And, find somebody who can explain it in a way that they can connect it with things you're familiar with. And that's how you found your right technology teacher. So
I love that. Thank you, Eric. And Dr. Sarah, closing thoughts.
Yes, first of all, it was a pleasure. Crystal, excellent job on interviewing, and it was great to share in this moment with my colleagues. I just would invite everyone to join us for the summit so that we can provide with you some additional expertise. And I'm so looking forward to, again, empowering others as they position their brand on, LinkedIn and any other way in which they want to show authority and expertise in what they're doing.
Love that. Well, have a wonderful evening or day or morning, wherever you're at in the world, and go out there and let your voice be heard. And we can't wait to see you at the summit. Thank you for everyone that hopped on live with us today. Do #replay if you're on the replay, and feel free to share this link, you guys, amongst the social media platforms, wherever you're seeing this live. I'm streaming across 8 platforms. So wherever you're seeing this, shoot it out, share it with the world, share it, because it will be a free summit. It will be free. So you register, and we're going to have all kinds of gifts. So much to come. We're working on, and can't wait to see you there. Have a great evening, and we'll see you next time.